Cravers and welcome back to Little Cravings. Today we're going to be making macaroni and cheese. And though macaroni and cheese is a very well-known dish in America and considered comfort food, it actually hails from the UK. Recipes for a combination of pasta and cheese have been found in medieval cookbooks in England. Those recipes were more akin to what we nowadays know as lasagna. A recipe akin to what I'm gonna make today appeared in a cookery book in the 1700s in England. It was Thomas Jefferson and one of his slaves who was his cook, James Hennings, who actually brought macaroni and cheese, which they encountered in France, to the United States. And then British immigrants brought the dish to Canada. Now I am gonna show you the modern version and the way that I make macaroni and cheese. One of the things that I love the most about macaroni and cheese is that it's a very versatile recipe. You can make macaroni and cheese very luxurious by adding lobster or prawns or some kind of seafood. You can also add bacon and ham and chicken. If you have leftover chicken, just add it to it. And you can make your macaroni and cheese a one-pot meal. In some places in the world, you will have macaroni and cheese pie, and that's sort of in Barbados and the Caribbean, and some places will just have this macaroni and cheese covered in pastry, and that'll be their pie. You can also make macaroni and cheese as we know it in England, Canada, the United States, by making it on the stovetop. If you do it that way, what you would probably do is that you will make sort of like a custard base kind of sauce. So you will mix together some evaporated milk and some eggs and some cheese, and you will cook it, but you would have to be quite nimble because you don't want it to curdle. But once it starts thickening, then you add your macaroni, and then you can add more cheese. The way I'm going to make it is making a Mornay sauce, which is a bechamel sauce with cheese, and mixing it with my macaroni. Okay, so to prepare our macaroni and cheese, we're going to start by boiling our pasta. We're going to put our macaroni in a pan of furiously boiling salted water. Make sure that once you put your pasta in, you're going to stir it immediately. And then after a couple of minutes, you're going to stir it again, because there's a tendency for the macaroni to like sink to the bottom and stick together. So I want to make sure that everything is just flowing nicely. Next, I want to make my breadcrumbs. I thought I had frozen bread in my freezer, but I don't. I, on the other hand, have some croutons in my cupboard. So I took my croutons and I put them in my mini food processor and processed them to get my breadcrumbs. To prepare my bacon, I am heating up a frying pan. Once the frying pan is really hot, then I'm putting all my bacon and I'm stirring it because I don't want it to stick together. I'm going to fry it until it is golden brown and crispy. I am putting my bacon through a sieve so that I can get that bacon fat because it'll add a lot of lovely flavor. I am putting the bacon fat in with the butter that I'm going to use to make the roux for my sauce. While the pasta is cooking, I am going to heat my milk. What I'm going to do is put my bay leaf and then put my milk on the fire. You will know that your milk is ready when it starts sort of trembling on the surface, and then you can turn it off. I'm melting the butter along with the bacon fat. Once it's melted, I'm going to pour in my flour and stir furiously for about 1 minute. I want to make sure that I cook out some of that raw flour flavor before I complete my sauce. Now I'm starting to add my hot milk a ladleful at a time and stirring the sauce to avoid getting lumps. If you need to move the sauce off the heat, do so until all the milk and the roux are incorporated. Then put it back on the fire and keep on adding your milk. Once all the milk is incorporated, add your mustard and just simmer, very gently simmer. I actually just like to see sort of the steam coming off the milk for about 15 minutes. If any lumps form, you can always strain your sauce, or you can use a submersion blender and blend your sauce until it's smooth. But it really is not a problem. Once you've simmered your sauce for about 15 minutes, incorporate slowly 2/3 of your grated cheese. Make sure that you're constantly stirring and mixing the cheese with the sauce. My sauce is ready, my macaroni is ready. Now let's put it all together. I'm going to mix most of my sauce with my macaroni and give it a really good stir. Make sure that every bit of macaroni is covered with the sauce. Lush. It is so delicious. It sounds good. It sounds like sticky and creamy. I'm going to put half of the pasta with the sauce in my baking dish. I'm going to spread it, and then I'm going to add the rest of my cheese, half of my remaining sauce. I'm going to spread it around, and the rest of my macaroni. When I put my pasta aside, I'm going to take my breadcrumbs, mix it with some paprika, bacon bits, and I grated a bit of Parmesan cheese. I'm gonna mix all of that together. I'm going to finish by pouring the remainder of the sauce on my macaroni and cheese. Spreading all that gorgeous lush sauce all over the top of my macaroni and cheese, and then sprinkling the mixture of breadcrumbs, bacon and cheese on top. And we're going to put it in a 190 degree, about Celsius, about 350 degree Fahrenheit oven. I'm gonna place my baking dish on a tray, put it in the oven for about half an hour, and then we're gonna taste it. So stay tuned. All right. It's ready. Let's get it out of the oven. Ah, yum! Look at that. That's incredible. It's golden and it's bubbling and it is doing all the right things. Let's serve ourselves some, and then I'll let you know how it tastes. The top is crumbly. Oh, you can hear it. You can hear it. I love it when you can hear your food talking. Oh, it smells creamy and cheesy. It's beautiful. Ah, so it's time to try it. Let's go. The crunch against the creaminess, a bit of tartness and sourness with the cheese. If you like this recipe, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell. I post every Monday, and follow me on Instagram and Facebook. See you next time.